COP26 could not be more important, because the reality is we have been failing. We have been failing the world, and we have been failing the most vulnerable communities living on the front lines. If we do not take the necessary steps to cut carbon emissions and adapt to the realities of our changing climate, the future could not be more bleak. Yet the response by governments around the world to the COVID-19 pandemic has shown what is possible when we face imminent peril. We must harness this same drive today in our response to existential climate threats. We cannot continue with business as usual. The most vulnerable are already bearing the brunt of our accelerating climate crisis. It is time for a change, and we all have a responsibility to make it happen. Young people are accusing us of not acting with a sense of urgency the climate emergency requires. We must show them we understand there can be no more hollow promises, and that we understand the opportunity there is to transform our world to a sustainable and resilient future, to allow countries to move from climate vulnerability to climate prosperity. Because adaptation is not only the right thing to do, it is the smart thing to do. $1 spent on climate resilience can see returns on investment of 20 to 1. This is why I'm pleased to see the United Kingdom has made adaptation a priority for this COP26, and that over 30 countries have now submitted adaptation communications or national adaptation plans representing more than 2 billion people, helping to share best practice and mobilize action. But a step change is needed to address the gaps in ambition, on mitigation, on adaptation, and on finance. To support the delivery of the Paris Climate Change Agreement goals, as the only international organization dedicated entirely to accelerating adaptation action, the Global Center on Adaptation, GCA, with Dr. Verkooyen at the helm, is ready to play its part in this transformation, to urgently accelerate climate action and ensure finance is flowing to support this transition, especially for the poorest and the most vulnerable. There is no time to waste. Thank you for your commitment and leadership.
Thank you so much, Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, for your strong words of guidance. Let's move to the next speaker, Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Amina Mohammed. We all know her, we all love her. She has been a very strong advocate on adaptation, particularly also for Africa, and also calling for this 50-50 split between mitigation and